Sup, YouTubers? I'm wicked sick of using Mr. Bill. And, I'd rather just use myself, but, yeah, whatever. So anyway, I know last night I said that I wanted to make 2 videos, but I only made the 1, and the reason, so this video is, alright, you know, like, you get a song stuck in your head, and even if it's one that you hate, but you still, you know, it's stuck in your head, so whatever. I hate that he's got a hair. Get off, whatever. No, leave me be, Miss Hand. Oh my God, alright, Jesus Christ, just stand up straight. Alright, anyhow, the song that was stuck in my head was Midnight at the Oasis. I hate the song. I really do. I don't like that song. It came out in 1974. It was by Maria Muldaur. Funny thing is, I did happen to research a little bit about her, and she actually did a song. She sounded like, not in the song Midnight at the Oasis. Oh, she didn't sound this, but in her other music, she sounded a bit like Janis Joplin. Good singer. She sang that song. Remember the commercial where, I can bring home the bacon, and fry it up in a pan. 'Cause I'm a woman. That one. She sang that. But not in that commercial. But she sang it anyhow. So, with me looking into the song Midnight at the Oasis, I started looking, you know, reading, and it came across that the drummer for that Midnight at the Oasis, he was a legendary drummer. He was a session musician, which reminds me of a song I saw, not a song, I'm sorry, a movie I saw called That Thing You Do. It was pretty good with Tom Hanks. I think Liv Tyler was in it. It was really good. Steve Zahn. But, you know, it was like about session musicians and how, you know, those are actually some of the greatest musicians ever, and they'll be on, you know, these forevermore hits. So he was like the second best. The first session as drummers, you know, percussion, was a guy named Hal Blaine. Now, although I'm going to be talking about Jim Gordon, I'm going to, in the description, include a link to a video of it's like in a medley of music. I guarantee you will be smiling through that video at the songs and the memories that will conjure up inside of you. It's everything we grew up with, you know. That Hal Blaine, he was like the Three's Company theme, the Brady Bunch, and so many hits. You know, Frank Sinatra, That's Life, the Monkees. You have to just, you know, if you want to smile and feel good, listen to that music on that medley there. But anyhow, so Jim Gordon, on June 3rd, you know, he was a sessions musician. He, he murdered his mother in 1983 on June 3rd. He had an episode of undiagnosed schizophrenia. He was sentenced to life, you know, he's in a psychiatric prison. He actually played with Eric Clapton and did the, was it Derek and the Dominoes or something? You know the end, that piano ending, even though he was a drummer. The piano ending at the end of Layla, he came up with that. So, you know, but he was very respected musician. At that time, when they, you know, not the 1983, but earlier than that, with these sessions musicians, they would hang out, and that's what reminded me of the movie, That Thing You Do, because they actually had a spot when they hung out. Like, you know, they were like cool. They were a mixture of musicians, and this particular time, there was a corned beef place where these musicians would hang out. And if there was a gig Hal Blaine couldn't do, he would refer Jim Gordon. So he contributed to the studio recordings and tours with George Harrison, Eric Clapton, like he's on the album, you know. I mean, Joe Cocker, Mad Dogs, and Englishmen, John Lennon, Imagine, Steely Dan, Alice Cooper, Midnight at the Oasis. You know, was contributed to so much music. He backed the Everly Brothers session, and then he, you know, that's when he went on tour. His mother let him go on tour with them. He was like 19 years old. And he ended up, like, you know, being, that kind of, you know, established him. He played on Glenn Campbell's Wichita Lineman. You know, the Monkees. I mean, just so many songs. So anyway, he started to show signs of mental illness in his early adult life. You know, he started to show these signs. And the funny thing was, you know, everybody thinks, oh, you know, his mother must have done something. But apparently his mother was a really good mother. She was a maternity ward nurse. And the father was an alcoholic. But the mother got him to go to AA and then, you know, give up alcohol and become the Little League coach and spend more time with his kids, you know. So his mother was like the woman who held the family together. She was good. But all day long, these voices in his head had been telling him that his mother wanted him to kill her. So he apparently got an 8¼ inch butcher knife, sharpened it, and that's always what's scary too, is like, you know, that people, that they take the time too, they don't, you know, as the time is lapsing, they're not reasoning with themselves. It's just, you know, becoming more and more. The voices in his head told him to sharpen it, and then he gets the hammer, and he was told by the voices to hit her with the hammer first, like you would, you know, how they do that with pigs or something before something. That's what I've heard. Like they stun them or something first, so that when he stabbed her, it wouldn't hurt as much. So he agreed. He packed it all up in a small leather attaché case, and he drove 5 miles from his Van Nuys condominium to his mother's North Hollywood home. She wasn't home. Now, she was like in her 70s. But if she wasn't home, obviously she was active. So he goes home. You know, it's not a long drive. It's only 5 miles. Waits till 11:30 p.m. and comes back. I mean, even in all that time, he still doesn't reason with himself. So as soon as she opens the door, he hits her 3 times. You know, she was much shorter than him. He was very tall and big guy. He hits her 3 times with the hammer in the head, and then stabs her in the chest 3 times and leaves her right where she ends up. And, you know, goes off to psychiatric prison, where he now plays in a prison band. So anyway, that's that story. He had undiagnosed schizophrenia. So anyway, Hal Blaine was the #1 session musician then. His real name was Harold Simon Belsky. Turns out he's from very close by to me. I thought that was strange. Holyoke, Mass. That's in Massachusetts. And I kind of feel like I want to look for that gravestone, because it says, you know, burial unknown. This isn't the guy who killed his mother. This is the person who I put in this video. I know, but the link to the video is his music, Hal Blaine's. He didn't kill his mother. Some of the music will bring back such wonderful, wonderful memories. So, you know, I thought we'd play his music instead of the guy who killed his mother. So, peace, love, and tacos. And please check out the link if you want to smile and listen to some, you know, really good memorabilia music for you. Okay? Bye. Peace, love, and tacos.